Well, the damage bill for insurers from last week's Cyclone Debbie is likely to climb into the billions, with losses expected to exceed that of Cyclone Yasi 5 years ago.
Yeah, but for the everyday Aussie, protecting family and possessions in the wake of devastation can leave many confused and, of course, out of pocket. Here to answer all of your questions is Consumer Affairs commentator Jo Ucukalo. Hi, Jo.
Good morning.
Great to see you, particularly at this time. Let's start with insurance. What should people be doing right now?
So, as long as it's safe, you should be starting to look to lodge your claim now. The sooner you get it in, the sooner you'll get a response. It's also a really good time for everybody to start looking at keeping good records around, what is in their homes, what needs to be insured. Have a look at your insurance policy, regardless of where you are, and have a look at whether your insurance policy covers a repair or a replacement.
Oh, that's
and that's relevant to everybody across Australia.
OK, what isn't covered? This is the big question at the moment.
Yeah, and this is why it's a great time to review your policy, because it does depend. Generally, retaining walls won't be covered. If your building isn't kept in good repair and good maintenance, you might not be covered. And if you've left windows open, interestingly enough, you might also have problems getting some protection. But the Insurance Council of Australia has actually declared this a catastrophe. So there's some really good measures in there for people around their claims for this particular incident.
What can they do to make sure these things are processed quickly and speed up claims? Because at this time, you always hear there are stories with it taking a long time.
Yes, so with this situation, the Insurance Council of Australia has come out and said claims should be the initial response within 10 days. So it's really good if people can have all their information ready to go when they go to their insurer, like what the damage is, photos, any policies open. So come there prepared and also cooperate. If they're going to have to come out and inspect your property, make yourself as available as you can. That'll really speed up the process.
These things pop up after these horrible events, and it makes us sick every single time. But some fake fundraisers going around, some scams going around. How do we protect ourselves? How do people who are at their lowest point right now protect themselves against this horrible behaviour?
So what we've got now is the CFA in Victoria. Well, people claiming to be from there, ringing around asking for donations. But that's why it's really good. If you want to donate to a charity, you ring them and you contact them or go online and support them. But have a look out for anybody with high-pressure tactics. Why are they so, interested in getting your money? And have a look for any identification. They've got to be able to provide you identification to confirm that they're with that charity.
Sometimes asking for cash too is a dead giveaway, and they don't give you a receipt. So
absolutely.
And it can be builders as well, right? But people coming in to offer to do work around the place.
That's
so
right.
watch out for that as well.
And look out for anybody who wants to do the job then and there.
Yes.
That's generally a big sign that it's someone not doing the right thing.
OK, let's talk fresh produce, crop damage. Of course, widespread devastation. What are we looking at here? So,
this is obviously a major disaster that's impacted North Queensland, but it is only two of the growing bowls for Australia. So there is other areas that are still, providing supplies. So we might see a peak, a spike in produce prices for some items, but interestingly enough, the supermarkets do try to, provide supply into those areas before the disaster occurs. But some things that might be affected are online shopping deliveries. You might not, necessarily think about that. So the supermarkets are doing their best, but it's a case by case and a store by store basis. So if you've got any queries, contact your local store.
All right, Jo, great advice as always. Thanks for joining us this morning. Good to see you.